Alright. Hey everybody. Sorry about my hair. You know, live Friday. So I'm off work today, and I remember a couple months back somebody talked to me on YouTube or commented on one of my old videos and wanted me to do another video. So a lot has changed. Moved from old location to a new location. Currently in the process of trying to get a house and everything. So everything's been kind of up in the air, so to speak, you know what I mean? So right now I just got the basic stuff for housing my animals in this room, and I actually have a bunch of wood and stuff outside that I'm actually going to be building some actual nice racks for some of my boas that are getting too big for their tubs. I'm going to be just jumping straight to probably 8-foot enclosures, and I'm going to build dividers in the middle to cut them into 4 till they get big enough for the 8-foots. But I got a lot of cool stuff since the last time anybody has seen my videos. And we all know how FWC, well, for Florida residents, which I am, been dealing with all the BS. So, you know, certain things, it's just really constricted on what we can do and have, but the stuff that I am allowed to have that I have is pretty nice, and I'm really stoked for some of the breeding projects I'm going to have coming up and a couple other things. I got some rescues, and you know, we just make the best of it. Like, you can see some cages here behind me, and I don't know if you can see down here, but you probably can. This is a really cool breeding project that I'm going to share with you guys that I'm working on, because let's just say I may be able to try to produce a blue snake that's non-venomous, because I knew the blue Insularis, they're blue, and you have a couple other species of snakes that can come out blue naturally. And this is North American native, and I've noticed something after seeing them and handling them and spending time with them, that I might be able to produce some blue snakes, and I think that'd be pretty freaking cool. But other than that, what I'm going to do today is pretty much just give everybody a little update, walk everybody around this room. It's fairly small. I think it's like a 12 by 12 or 12 by 8, something like that. But either which way, you know, over here I got some unfinished cages. I got one that's up and running right now just for one big boa I have. But those cages are going over to one of my buddies. I'm going to finish them up for him, send them over to him. They're PVCs. And then I'm going to build some nice plywood enclosures, because personally, PVC, I cannot stand it. I absolutely hate it. It doesn't hold heat like wood does. Yeah, wood can rot a lot easier, but let me tell you something. You can seal it, paint it, and finish it a lot better. And personally, finishing the front panel of plywood and staining it, to me, that look just looks way better than white. Because the only PVC I can get my hands on right now in Florida is white, and it is terrible when it gets dirty. So besides that, I'm going to show you guys some cool stuff I've been working on, and I've also been getting into fish a little bit, you know what I mean? I got other tanks out of this room and around the house and different animals, but for today we're going to focus on the ones in here, because coming soon outside, I'm going to be trying to build some walk-in enclosures for some of the bigger boas that I'm going to, when they get bigger, and I'm also going to be opening up to doing a boa rescue, because here in Florida I have seen and noticed, which this big female down here is a rescue, that a lot of people neglect the bigger boas. They like them when they're young, but they just let them go out of hand, or they get mistreated. So once I have everything set up and cages set up, I'm going to try to set up for a boa rescue, just because I love boas. It was my first snake, and I just have a growing love for them. So I will show you guys the fish right here first, and we'll walk. Then we'll not have to walk, but I'll spin you guys around. You can see what all I have, and I got some pretty cool stuff. So alright, let's get into it. First of all, we have fish. These are just 10 gallons that I have set up, air stone running and everything. This was an escaped snake that got out the other day. But in here, if you guys haven't seen them before, they're really cool. They're called clown killifish. very hard to see. Anyways, I'll throw a picture up of what a clown killifish looks like, because they're a great nano fish. Here's just regular tiger barbs, tank that's getting reset, and these are my favorite. These are Crebensis cichlids, I think they're cichlids, but they have some stunning colors. I think like 7 to 10 of them in there. Once you get past that, we got some baby turtles growing up. There's a mud turtle. And one of my coworkers actually gave me a gift. It was in his driveway because they just recently hatched, and the little dude is peeking out from right there. So now I got a new friend, but he had a bunch of baby snapping turtles hatch in his yard, and he was scared the birds were gonna get it, so he brought it for me. My phone would focus properly. Probably look a lot nicer. And yeah, I'm just doing it on my phone because I ain't got a camera for this right at the moment. But yeah, they're just raising up and then they're gonna go outside into the turtle tubs. Alright, moving on. You got this glorious mess over here. Having animals, everything's gonna be messy everywhere else in the room other than the enclosures. So down here, we're gonna talk about it real quick, is green snakes. You can see some of them kind of wrapped here. This one's just really heavily planted. I've had this planted for going on 2 years. These guys will basically eat from your hands. You can probably see two of them right there. And I think there's 5 in here if I'm not mistaken. I also got some spadefoot toads in the bottom. But if you're gonna keep green snakes, definitely planted tank is so cool, and they love it. They'll come right flying out the cage when you take crickets to them. That's why this one's taking a little longer to grow, because I recently set this up. It's been going about 2 months, I believe. But anyway, these snakes, if I pull one out, I'll do it in another update video, or a video in general. Some of the females I have in here have blue patches of scale, like 6 to 10 scales of electric blue. Because under the green, I'm pretty sure their skin is actually blue. But the scales that I've noticed are blue. So if I selective breed them, maybe I can get some blue snakes, and that would be pretty freaking dope. Because everybody could have these. They're great for kids. They only eat crickets. So if you got a bearded dragon, you don't really know what you want to get snake-wise, or you don't like feeding rats, these guys eat insects strictly. Because of their size, they get about 1.5 to 2 foot, maybe 3 for some big ones. But they're arboreal. They love planted setups. So if you want something cool without having to feed fruit flies like dart frogs and stuff, great snake. And they get cool personality because they'll come right up to the glass when you got food. Alright, moving up. These are just some cages I got for free from one of my buddies. He hooked me up with some cages. But this right here is just a standard boa. Pretty sure it's Nicaraguan if I'm not mistaken, and she's probably going to try to eat my hand because I fed her the other day, but I didn't feed her too big of stuff. She's usually a pretty chilled snake, but her acting a little interested is kind of concerning a little bit. So I'm gonna have to get the snake hook for the next cage right here, the blue. Her name's Medusa, and well, she has earned that damn name. She has bitten me more times than I can count, and she just so happens to be my favorite snake in the damn snake room. See her? Yeah, this tank looks barren until you see her. This is my normal blood python. Sumatran, I'm pretty sure. Sumatran blood. And she is my favorite snake. She's so gorgeous. But she is a killer. She will bite the piss out of me if I let her. So I gotta be on my toes when I have her out. And she is fast, boy. Let me tell you. But she is probably my favorite. I think it's just because of the attitude, personally. Here, let me try to zoom in. Whoa! Don't bite me, please. Sorry for the jitters, but her bites hurt. Really do. But anyway, she's about 2 foot. Great eater. Beautiful snake. Sucks that I can't hold her. But, you know, some snakes are just meant to be displayed. And these cages, relax, girlie, please. I'm just trying to show everybody what's going on. There's another one over here. So I got 3 of these. I don't know what brand they are, but my buddy's a snake breeder and he just gave them to me. He's like, come get them. I'm like, yeah, I'll use them for the blood pythons. But I'm going to build plywood cages because I want 8-foot cages for when all my snakes get big. So we're going to try to do that. And this is going to be tricky because I've got to move her back or she'll bite the hell out of me. Alright, go back there. I don't really want to take out. I don't know where he is, but he's gonna be going to a buddy pretty soon because my buddy wanted it, and it was a rescue as well. It's another boa. If I could find him, I think he's in this pile of stuff over here. Yeah, there he is. So there's another boa rescue that I got. They said he was very aggressive. He was, you know, a little nippy at first. He still is cage defensive, but he's a pretty good eater. These cages are freaking great. They hold humidity like a king. They're kind of like Vision, but they're plastic. They're banged up, but hey, listen. If the snakes are happy, that's all that really matters. You ain't got to worry about aesthetic. I'm going to be switching them out anyway, so they're good for having extras. So let's see what we got. Put this lock back on before I lose this snake, because I had escapee, and while I'm here, I might as well show you the escape artist that was lost in the room. It's a that name's not correct. It's just a tub that I had, but this is one of my sand boas. I don't remember the name exactly, but I know he's an albino striped something. Focus. But I have 2 of them. I think I have a pair, but I've never bred these, so I absolutely have no clue what it is. So this is the other one like that I have, and they're really good eaters. Try to focus on his head. Maybe somebody can give me an ID. Anywho, yeah, that's that. And that is the morph. Albino rufescent or rufescent. I don't know. Ex-Kenyan Sambo. That's what they told me it was. This is Anery Het albino, or as some people might know, Snow. Where is she? They ate yesterday, so they're a little chunky. But she's pretty. My buddy gave her and another snake to me, just because he was like, hey dude, you should try these. This one is the escapee, so I didn't put him back in there. This is the Snow. He's a male. He's going to be put with the Anery soon when he's a little bigger. So yeah, I got big into different boas. I love my snakes. They're fun. Okay, I have no clue what's in here. Hopefully it's nothing that bites. I think it's my normal het albino. Yes. My normal het albino female. I like this snake more than the Snow and the Anery. I don't know why. The colors are just incredible. So, and this snake's gonna be going over to one of my buddy that actually gave me the enclosures. This is just a little snow corn snake that I got for free the other day. And he's probably gonna bite the crap out of me. I'd prefer it if you don't. But yeah, he teaches biology, so he takes snakes in and educates kids at school about morphs and genetics and all that cool stuff. So I'm gonna give it to him to help out with his classes. He doesn't have one right now. This is my little turd. My male redline albino hognose. Did I butcher it? Nope. Redline albino. He's in shed. And he's always grumpy. This right here is hell on high water. I gotta redo the enclosure at some point, but I'm scared. So, where's my snake hook? This tiny freaking children's python you need a snake hook for. This snake is so food aggressive. Rats, or you do smell like rats, she's just gonna try to murder you. Alright, in here is where all the nicer snakes are. You can see some of them kind of saying hello. Got that from a friend at Rack. Built this one. I like this a lot. This is what PVC is made for, to build racks, because literally I can adjust this to any size tub I want to. And if you guys want me to make another video of me building a couple of these, let me know, because I am going to need to build some baby racks, like 6-quart tubs and all that. But this way you can see all the way around the tubs, you know what I mean? You can adjust it to the right height, and it's super cheap compared to that. It's like I could build 2 of these for this, and this is melamine. So, and you can put heat tape if you want. I just heat the room. We'll start on this one, go to this one. This one's less fun, this one's more fun, and you can already see some of the names, but alright. So this tub here is for my albino, my T-positive albino matrix blood python, female, and she is an absolute sweetheart. So this is probably the nicest looking one. She is getting ready to go in shed, because usually her cheeks are rosy pink, and they're in 28-quart tubs. She's about 1.5 feet, 2 foot maybe, but that's why I got to build some bigger cages to upgrade them, because I can't keep them in here forever. These were just grow out tubs and temporary. So okay, this tub I'm scared to open. This is not actually what's in here. That was moved to here, that snake. So please don't bite me, please don't bite me. Okay. I gotta grab my snake hook. This is my chocolate albino California king snake, and he or she is absolutely freaking ridiculous, because he has a feeding response like no other freaking snake on earth. I mean, that's why I love king snakes, but I do really have to be very careful of what I'm doing, because he will bite himself, try to swallow himself, and he don't even care. He just wants food. And I can't even look at that. I just touched him with the snake hook, and he's trying to eat the freaking thing. That's king snakes for you. He is beautiful. I can't wait to get him in a planted terrarium. He would look so good. But yeah, see, this is why I can't touch him with my hands. He tried to eat the snake hook, and he'll try to eat me. This is my female Borneo blood. She is very food aggressive in her cage, but she's an absolute sweetheart. When you as I about to get freaking drilled, I've been trying to feed her a little bit smaller meals so that she doesn't get obese, and I feel like this is gonna backfire in my favor, because she seems to be very hungry, and I literally just fed them. Like, but she is freaking gorgeous. She's a lot smaller than the T-positive albino, but I freaking love this snake, and I can't wait to get a male to put with her, because Borneos are so awesome. This right here was a wild caught corn snake, male. He's a dick, and yeah, I can't touch him at all. I haven't named him, and and I don't plan to because he's an ass, and I don't feel like getting bit today, so I'm gonna stop messing with him because he'll come flying out. I'd prefer not to do this. So yeah. I mean, he is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but just an asshole for no reason. Oh, and I'm using this snake hook. I made it myself. So if you guys want to know how to make this, the thing cost me like $3, and I heat treated it and everything, and it can hold up to a 10-foot boa, and it's fairly small, lightweight, cheap. You can do it yourself. It's a fun little project, but yeah, if you guys want to, I can show you guys how to make them. I also have a really cool snake hook for the hog noses, but I'd have to find it and give it to you guys. And this rack right here, look. Never lose your snake hook. Freaking problem freaking solved. I always lose my stuff, and boom, problem solved. Alright. Next snake is probably one of my favorite boas. This is my Motley Colombian. I've had her since she was a worm, and she is looking beautiful, and I can't wait for her to get bigger. Her head just keeps getting darker and darker and darker, which is astonishing. I love the freaking Motleys. They're probably one of my favorites. The pair to the T positive, because she's a T positive matrix, and this one is a het T positive matrix. This is a matrix male, het T positive albino. He is also a complete sweetheart. Oh, I can't wait till they produce babies. Years to go, but that snake is gorgeous. And if you know, all blood pythons love high humidity, so if you got one, drown that sucker. Alright, let's grab a seat because we got some more snakes. So under him, we have another boa. This right here is a Central American, but so I don't know about the blood red gene that well, but he is a natural colored snake, or I haven't sexed it, but it's a normal Central, it looks like, or a Nicaraguan, could be. But look at the sides. I think it's a red, I think it's a red, because all the way to where my pinky is red. I don't know if you can see that well on the phone. It's hard to tell anything on camera, but look, the stomach's orange. In person, it's freaking sunset red. The phone doesn't pick it up, but all the way up the side to where those diamonds start is all red. It's like a red side. And I got her from the same lady I got the Borneo from, and they just gave me this snake, and I kind of want to raise it to see if I can get some red stuff, because that would be kind of cool. Here is, if I'm not mistaken, it's a Nelson's milk snake. It could be a Honduran, but I'm pretty sure it's an albino Nelson's. But it's a pretty big dude. He also has a crazy food drive, and he will try to eat my finger if I let him. But I mean, once they're out of the cage, like all king snakes and milk snakes, you know, they got that crazy food aggression, and that's why a lot of people are scared of them. But personally, they're probably one of my favorite snakes, honestly. They're just so beautiful. They're a little bit of a spaz, but you know. And for breeding projects, these guys are awesome. I'm probably going to try to get a female. I'm not 100% yet. It was just something that came up, and I just happened to like it, so I impulse bought it. And with all the snakes that I have, I'm not really going for breeding for the colubrids and stuff like that. I'm mainly just focusing on a handful of boas that I want to do for a personal thing, but pretty much it's just making some badass enclosures. And you know, when I breed them, you know, teach the younger generation, whoever watches the videos, you know, how you can build cool enclosures, you know, bunch of different stuff revolving animals. Plus I want to eventually do like some live streams once I figure out that stuff, and I can show you guys in real time some of the snakes and set it up to where I can video it holding some of the nicer snakes, and possibly holding Medusa, the complete serial killer over there and behind me. And let's move down to this one. What do I have in here? Oh, I remember. This was sold to me as a Peninsula King snake, but to me it just looks like a Brooks King, and it's probably going to try to bite me, so I need to back up. Because food aggression. Again, any slight movement and the snake's going to tear you up. Okay, so this one I might not even need to pull it out, but this is not the snake that's in here, the writing. This is when I had ball pythons. This is just a Hypo Colombian red tail, and she is kind of green. I don't know how well you can see that. I got her when she was a tiny noodle as a rescue. People thought it was, you know, like, I don't even know what they thought. I think they thought it was like a ball python or something, unbelievably. But they just handed it to me and they're like, hey, we don't know what this is. We bought it as a ball python. Can you take it? And I was like, first, it's not a ball python. And two, I'd be glad to give it a home. In here is probably the one of only 3 ball pythons I keep, and that's just my banana male, just because, you know, every snake person has to have a ball python, and bananas just so happen to be my absolute favorite. And then down to the T positive albino male, 66% het blood red, or El Diablo for some people, Central American. And I love Central Americans because they don't get that big compared to Colombians. And this is my boy. He's about 2.5 foot. And the T positive centrals are just so beautiful. In person, believe me when I tell you, it looks way better. The reds and oranges on the saddle, like around the diamonds right there. Don't you think about it. But anyway, he also has sensitive scales as to why I keep him on Aspen. So you got to do trial and error with some boas. So that boa up there loves high humidity, and the cypress mulch works perfect in this enclosure. But this snake, if he goes to get into shed and it's too moist, he'll actually start to get scale rot, or his scales will get like these little like blister type things on them and swell up. So I use Aspen on this snake and several other snakes because I've, through trial and error, figured out what my snakes require that they like better. Okay, so this is one of my new boas. This is gonna be a Hypo Hog Island boa male, and he is gorgeous. I have his sibling, so they also ate. So if you didn't know, Hog Islands are more of a slender of the Central American boa species, and also a lot smaller than most if you're a Hog Island person. But he is, in person, is actually way nicer than he looks on the camera. Don't do him justice. But you can see the white saddles around here that are just freaking stunning. And his brother is even better. I can't wait to show you guys. I'm just gonna say his morph. So he is het sunset. So his brother is a sunset jungle. So he's het jungle and sunset for Hog Island, which is out of this world. Alright, now we're gonna move down one. This is probably my least favorite snake, but probably one of the coolest I have. This is a, oh, we got a Duke. This is my black Eastern hognose female, I believe. And yes, she is still on toads. I have this thing where a lot of people try to, okay, mama. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to get bit from her, just because she seems like a little bit of a bitch. You know what I mean? But yeah, she was a wild caught. One of my good friends gave it to me. It's been established for a couple years before he gave it to me. And these guys in the wells are specialized in toad eating. So instead of me trying to switch her over to rodents, which sometimes could possibly kill them because they're not used to it, and she was a wild snake, so I just have an army of toads up here. And also too, the cool thing with this hognose, and you could try it with Easterns if you guys do want to keep them, because I want to try to breed Easterns. I think they're amazing. You can actually feed her frozen thawed. She does eat frozen thawed toads, and in one video I will have to do that and show you guys that, because it is crazy. She actually does eat frozen thawed toads. And I just think that's cool, because toads are really hard for some people to get. Quite frankly, I just catch them, and if you freeze them, all the parasites die. Same concept with frozen thawed rodents that could have parasites and anything like that. So, very cool snakes, and just to make your life easier, you know, just get you some toads if you want an Eastern. Is the Hypo Hog Island brother. Alright? So this is the Sunset Jungle Hog Island. And he is beautiful. This is probably my favorite boa. And for it being Hog Island and having that crazy of patterns, man, oh my goodness. This camera is picking up a little bit of the pinks, but not that much. I mean, wow, that snake's beautiful. If you guys don't have Hog Islands and you like boas, get you some. They are so worth it, and I'm gonna be getting a ton more of the Hog Islands, because that is probably my personal favorite. They're expensive, don't get me wrong. This right here, my buddy just gave it to me as a gift. He was like, hey, I need a home. I think it's an anuary. I have no clue. But the reason he looks as skinny as he is because this dude is 20 years old this year. He is a retired breeder. My buddy that is a school teacher breeds these. And he takes them for show and tell in school and teaches them about genetics and so on, like I mentioned briefly. But he was like, hey man, you know, I got an old breeder, needs a new home. Do you think you could give him a good home till he dies? Because we all know snakes live, you know, 20 to 25 years, maybe more. He's getting up there. His, you know, see his head muscles are starting to slow down. He's a slim snake. His head's more of a diamond pattern, so you could tell that the neck muscles are going away. So he's getting close to the end of his life, but he has lived a happy, healthy life, and he is still beautiful. He's just an old dude. He's great temperament. He's super active, and hopefully he has another 5 years on him where we could spend with him. But he's going to be getting a cool enclosure too, and he's going to be actually sharing an enclosure with the snake under him, which is going to be my first snake when I move to the United States. His name's Jasper, and he is my albino corn. I need to get a female because corn snakes, albino corns in general, are just my favorite, and he's a little bit of a spaz as well. So yeah, he is like 5, pushing 6 foot, and he's just amazing. And last but not least in this rack, we have a het. I don't really know. I need some help IDing this snake actually, because it's a het cal albino, right? But the issue I'm having with it is the colors. It does not match a normal Colombian, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like it's mixed with a Central and a Colombian, because you get the lighter gray up front and it gets more brown in the back, but it's also het albino. And with the Colombian, it doesn't really have the red. You know what I mean? Like, I know true red tails, but the pattern on the tail looks more, the spacing looks right for a Colombian. Because, let's see, good example, I actually have the Hypo Colombian up top, but right next to this one, I have that Central. Which Colombians, okay, but anyway, we'll just do this. So see the Central's rings, how they're more ringed, and if I pull the Colombian up, and if you know the difference between boas, you'll know that Colombians have more of either like a diamond pattern or a more squared to rectangular pattern, where Centrals are usually rounder, and the body profile looks more like a Colombian to me. And also the head looks Colombian. the patterns on the head and everything. But if you guys know what this snake is, please let me know, because as far as I know, I'm going off of a cross, just because that's what it looks like to me. The colors are kind of off to me. It's really light, kind of like a hypo. It has pink closer to the back down there on the belly side, this light sky pink looking color, and the top is gray. It's a really beautiful snake, but what I was told, it was het cal albino. They said it was a female, but obviously it's not, because I know my snakes, and I know that 100% this is a male without the question of a reasonable doubt. So those people got scammed, but it was all good. They just gave it to me, so there was no worries there. But if anybody could help me ID that, that would be fantastic. But spots like a central, colors are like a central on top, and then the sides throw me off like crazy, because you can see that gray in every turn. So you start here on the side right there, the tip of my snake hook, that gray comes around, you can see it right there, and then you can see it here, but it gets brown up here, so that's weird. And then it gets lighter and more spaced out down here, so it looks like a mix between a whole bunch of stuff. Anywho, that's pretty much it for the update in here. Nothing crazy to say, so oh damn. Anywho, yeah, I look like a woolly rhinoceros or some crap like that. But anywho, if you guys liked it, smash a like, leave a comment, because I will make more videos for you guys. I'm trying to request the nice individual that commented, said they want to see more. I appreciate that support. I'll make some more, definitely. Let me know what you guys want to see. I can probably build some cool cages. I'll take you guys along for that journey there, because it's gonna be a pain in the butt, but I love my snakes, so 8-foot cages are always worth it. Bigger is always better. Plus I get the wood free from work, so can't complain. Anyway, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one, and hopefully this snake doesn't bite me in the crotch in the process. Hope you guys have a great day, great week. Do something positive every day of your life, because one day you may want to do something and it just takes the right attitude, and you could do whatever you want. Never thought I'd have as many snakes as I do, but I bust my butt every day to have what I have, and I love it every single day. So enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your week, tell your family you love them, and I hope to see you guys in the next video pretty soon. Leave some comments, leave some support, give me some ideas, and the next video, hopefully, we're going to be in the ponds catching some big monster plecos, because it's coming to spawning season pretty soon here in Florida, and I'll show you guys how to catch some invasives. We're going to be in the pond with some pretty big alligators and some small nippy ones too, so let's see some crazy fun stuff. And then we'll take a tour of my local pet store, and we're going to hook them up with a bunch of baby plecos if we catch them. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.